earnings conference call of Indian Railway Catering and Tourism Corporation Limited, hosted by Prabhudas Leeladhar Private Limited. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star then 0 on your touchtone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Jinesh Joshi from Prabhudas Leeladhar Private Limited. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Thanks, Rutuja. Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of Prabhudas Leeladhar, I welcome you all to the 1Q FY22 earnings call of Irctc Limited. We have with us the management represented by Mrs. Rajni Hasija, CMD, and Mr. Ajit Kumar, CFO. I would now like to hand over the call to the management for opening remarks, and later we can open the floor for a Q&A. Thank you, and over to you, Rajni ma'am.
Very good afternoon to everyone. At the outset, let me welcome you all to this con call of Irctc Limited for the quarter ended on 30th June 2021. I hope that you and your dear ones are fine and safe in this challenging times. It is good to see that the infections in the country are coming down from the peak that we had seen in the last year and also in the second wave. Same is the case with the vaccination rate, which is also gradually picking up. So as the things are improving, there is an eagerness to travel and enjoy the hospitality facilities is also increasing, which is a good sign for any hospitality company. Although the risk of the third wave is also not very far and not completely behind too. Hopefully it doesn't come, but we have to be in the readiness for that. Yesterday, company had announced the financial results for the quarter ended in June 2021, and the same has been disclosed on both the stock exchanges too. The board of directors have also recommended subdivision of a company's 1 equity share of face value of ₹10 into 5 equity shares of the face value ₹2 each, subject to approval of Ministry of Railways, shareholders, and all other necessary approvals that may be required. While the second wave that we know that has impacted the travel and the hospitality industry badly, especially the 2 months, April and May, and Irctc was not dispensed of to. However, Irctc has been able to demonstrate a resilience with the revenue and profitability once again. And our revenue and the profitability in the current Q1 is not only higher than the previous year Q1, our revenue is also higher, and our profit EBITDA is also higher, and the profit after tax is also higher as compared to the Q3 of the last year also. This was only for a reference, and our business performances should be compared on year-to-year basis. However, endeavors to improve the performance will always be on. Q1 fiscal year of 22 saw some surge in the COVID-19 infection in the initial months. The same has been brought under control with the consistent efforts taken by all the states and government of India. And of course, citizens also contributed to that. We have also seen significant improvement in the vaccination. The number of cases are coming down in few states are pretty good. However, the third wave of infection and the impact of the same remains still uncertain. As Irctc, we will strive to fight out this tough situation once again as we have done in the past 5 quarters. And I am pretty confident that we would come out even stronger than before. I shall now hand over this con call to my esteemed colleague, our Director of Finance and CFO of the company, Shri Ajit Kumar, who shall brief you about the financial performance of this quarter, after which the house will be open and the floor will be open for question and answers. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, everybody. I shall first give a brief overview about Q1 FY22 result, post which we shall have the question and answer session. Q1 FY22 revenue saw a sharp improvement year on year at rupees 243 crore versus rupees 131 crore in the same quarter last year. EBITDA margin continued to make a new high and increased to 45.8% versus 42.8% quarter on quarter and compared to a loss in Q1 FY21. Quarter on quarter improvement has been driven by a decline in losses in the catering segment and turnaround of the packaged drinking water segment. Let me now move to the business segments of the company. Different business segments are like this. The internet ticketing segment. This continued to be the most resilient business segment in these challenging times. The Q1 FY22 revenue interest ticketing came at rupees 150 crores, substantially higher year on year due to the impact of the pandemic in the base quarter, and revenue declined quarter on quarter with ticketing volume impacted by the second wave, which impacted the EBITDA margin, which still came at 77.9%. Next is the catering segment. Discussed in our previous earnings call, has been severely hit by the pandemic. While the revenue saw moderation quarter on quarter, there was a good reduction in the EBITDA loss to rupees 4.7 crore versus rupees 7.2 crore in Q4 FY21. Next is the tourism segment. Of course, as is the worldwide, this has been the most severe hit of the pandemic for us as well as for the industry. The Q1 FY22 revenue saw a sharp decline versus Q4 FY21. The segmental EBITDA loss saw a decline quarter on quarter to rupees 14.5 crore from rupees 42.2 crore in Q4 FY21, as the latter had the impact of provision for haulage and lease to Indian Railways for entire FY21. And next is the promising one was the Rail Neer, was the only segment we saw a QOQ improvement in revenue. Due to the base impact, the year-on-year growth has been very strong. Importantly, the segment reported positive EBITDA after a loss in the previous 4 quarters, which was encouraging. The cash and bank balances and net worth of the company as on 30th June 2021 is rupees 1,614 crore and rupees 1,554 crore respectively. That brings me to the end of my opening remarks. Now we can move to the question and answer session. Thank you.
We can start the question and answer session now.
Thank you very much. We will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 on the touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. The first question is from the line of Viraj from Securities Investment Management. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi. Thanks for the opportunity. I just have 2 questions. First is, compared to pre-COVID, how many trains are currently running? And second question is on our wallet, wallet offering. How is the traction coming around, and what is the revenue generation we're seeing? Thank you.
When you ask me the pre-COVID level, the total number of our trains, I can give you that the special trains which are running are very different from the trains which are actually running. So it may not be appropriate to compare the special trains with the regular trains. However, I can give you the figure that was there till 31st of March 2021. We were having the trains running with the pantry car 272, which has now increased to 316. I think till yesterday it was 316. Similarly, till 31st March 2021, we have trains where we were providing train side vending was 158. Now we are providing in 256. So put together, we are providing hospitality services or the catering services in 572 trains as compared to 430 trains. And this is much above the COVID segment, pre-COVID segment also.
And on the second part?
And Second is the revenue from the catering segment. The segmental revenue, we have, just wait up for a minute. The total license fee that we have received, total revenue from the catering has been around 56.72%, 56.72 crores out of the total revenue of 257 crores, which is around, I think, so 23% of the total revenue of the company. Out of which 44 crores we received from the license fee of this train and concession fee in the name of a concession fee. So be it train side vending, be it a normal train with the pantry car, the earning comes to us in the form of a license fee. That is constituting the major chunk of the fee that we get revenue from the catering segment.
No, I meant it on the wallet, the wallet which we offer, how is the traction coming along?
Wallet. Transaction में क्या revenue?
Oh, 60-40.
Wallet.
We have a sharing of a 60 to 40% with the Indian Railways. 60% is retained by Irctc and the 40% goes to Railways. You asked about specifically about the wallet. That is internet ticketing has. So in that wallet, there is no sharing with the Railways. It is a closed loop wallet that Irctc has. So there is, as such, there is no sharing with anyone. It is being run by Irctc.
So how is the traction coming along and what is the revenue generation there?
The earnings from the wallet has been, let me have a look.
Only 160.
Is the wallet going? It is, this time it has been around 1.61 crores. Because we are not taking any re-registration fee. And we also have in this, our business model is little different. So the fresh registration that are coming up, they are paying the fee. The earlier registration who are with us, they are maintaining some cash float with us. That remains with us for doing the future transactions.
Okay, just to also understand the scale up of this, how should we see this ramping up cost?
Scaling of the e-wallet, yes, it has a future, but you know that the closed wallets are not very encouraged. We need to have an open wallet also. So we have launched an open wallet in the name of iMudra, which is yet taking off. And before we could launch, many of the payment aggregator have also launched their wallet. So in competition with that, if we start promoting, this e-wallet has a future, but at the same time, the payment bank and other things are also coming up. So it will grow simultaneously. The how many users we have? We already have around 6 lakh users in this e-wallet. And open wallet also we have a user. It has a future. People are using it. People have lot of confidence in Irctc. So, but its growth is going to be little low because other payment option is going to come. And they are already there. We have around 75 payment options available on our website. We have our own payment gateway also. We have our own wallet also. So out of those, customer is at liberty to use. We can only promote our things. And that we are doing very consistently.
Okay, fine. I'll come back in queue. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Mayank Chavla from Dalal & Broacha. Please go ahead.
Thank you for taking my question and congratulations on a great set of numbers, ma'am and sir. Ma'am, my question is around internet ticketing. Could you please give us the split between the convenience and non-convenience fees?
Total amount that Irctc has earned from this particular stream of internet ticketing is around 149 crores. Out of which convenience fee has been 69% and non-convenience fee resources have been 31%. Like 104 crores is from the convenience fee, rest 45 crores is from the non-convenience fee resources, which includes the service charge additional service charge that we collect from the B2C partners, our earnings from the advertisement and the promotions, the lead generation schemes, then the earning from our co-branded card, then especially e-wallet charges also, then annual maintenance fee that we charge from our B2B and B2C partners, and integration charges that we take for the one-time integration that we do. It includes everything: income from the banners, income from the advertisements, income from the SMS, income from the promotional mailers.
Ma'am, what would be the ma'am, what would be the revenue from advertisement specifically, if you could give us a breakup?
If you ask me, advertisement revenue should not be quoted alone. It should be advertisement on our website in the form of a banner also, in the form of a SMS also, in the form of a mailer also. Put together this quarter, we have been able to generate 8.5 crores, out of which 2.4 crore has been generated from the banners, and I think 4.5 we have earned from the advertisements, and rest from the other resources. From promotional mailers also we have been able to generate 1.1 crores. From SMS also we have been able to generate around 44 lakhs. So put together it was 8.5 crores against the total earning from this segment. Last year that was around to the tune of less than 10 crores.
Okay.
So industry in the advertisement is also improving, it seems.
Sure. And ma'am, my second question was in the same space. Ma'am, what is the number of tickets booked, if you could give us that in the
please. The total tickets in the first quarter has been around 6.37 crores. And number of passenger, normally it comes out to be 1.7 or 1.8 is the factor per ticket. So number of passenger is around 8.1 crore. So you can say that 81% of the overall ticketing of Indian Railways in the reserved segment is online and is being done through Irctc.
Right. And ma'am, my last question was relating to the Rail Neer. Ma'am, if you could give what was the latest capacity that we hold, and the reason for the segment turning from loss to profit, please.
In fact, this has been a little strange story for us also. We have a capacity in the Rail Neer is around 14.8 lakhs liter per day.
Yeah.
When I say bottles per day, I talk about the 1 liter bottle only.
Yes.
And the current production in the first quarter has been around roughly, you can say 32 to 35% of the capacity.
Okay.
Because April and May had been bad for us. Had April and May not been bad for us, because of the second wave, this profit margin from the Rail Neer would have been much better. Normally, this is the peak season for the Rail Neer, and the water intake increases everywhere. So the percentage actual capacity, we have all the capacity. We are as of now working with the 35% of the capacity. Till June, I had 14 plant operational, but in July we have opened one additional plant in Una.
Okay.
So per day production has been to the tune of 4.20 lakh bottles a day. That is the consumption, and that we were able to sell off. The production is normally 20% more than that, because we keep some storage also to handle the holidays or any periods which are coming in between.
Right.
So when the summer increases, it is a good day for Rail Neer.
Okay. Ma'am, just one last request I had. Don't want to be sounding extra demanding, but ma'am, if all these pointers could be in an investor presentation every quarter, it would really go a long way for us analysts to use that data. That's it.
This Rail Neer data, should I bring all the time?
No, ma'am, all these tickets booked and all that, all the data, that points.
We will include.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you so much, and best of luck for the rest of the year.
Yeah. Thank you very much. We need it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Reminder to the participants, to ask a question, please press star and 1. The next question is from the line of Urmil Shah from Haitong Securities. Please go ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon, ma'am, and so thanks for the opportunity. Ma'am, as regards the ticketing volume, maybe in July and August, have we seen a majority of the days getting back to 9 to 10 lakh tickets per day?
In fact, it has been more on many days. So you can compare like this, that the average tickets which were booked in these 3 months was around 2.12 crore, average ticket in 1 month. But in the month of July, this figure was 3.44 crore. So we were more in July by 1 crore. And the passenger traveled is also more. Normal passenger traveled in in that particular quarter had been around less than 3 crores. But this month it has been more than 5 crores.
Average 11 lakhs average.
Yeah. So it is coming out, 11 lakhs is coming out to be my average, roughly, mota moti.
Sure. Ma'am, and as regards the second seater capacity, given that the third wave still remains very unpredictable, would it be reasonable to expect that at least till end of this financial year, you will continue to get the benefit of that capacity available for reservation?
It is very difficult to predict because we are not the deciding authority. But one thing is for sure, that Ministry of Railways is very keen and keep inducting the trains every day. Whenever I handle the investors call, the number of the trains from where the catering services is being provided and the number of the trains where we are doing the booking and providing the reservation to our customers is increasing. So we cannot comment upon what the decision is going to be taken by the ministry. But this 2A segment is also profitable for Ministry of Railways. So it is not easy to dissuade with the profit so easily. This is, I am telling you from my experiences.
Sure, ma'am.
I cannot commit anything on this behalf because I am not the controlling authority.
No, I totally understand. Ma'am, and if you look at the non-ticketing revenue of the internet ticketing segment, I mean non-service charge revenue rather, that has been quite resilient, from Q2 onwards. So once we have normalization, in Q3 FY20 we did a peak of about 67 crores. Should we expect the non-service charge revenue to grow much faster than the service charge revenue once normalization comes in?
This particular thing, non-convenience fee resources depend upon how the industry, overall travel industry behaves. If the restriction from the state is taken away and the third wave is not there, then the people will gradually shift from the need-based travel to the leisure travel or the excursion travel. In that case, the travel will increase, so the advertisement will also, in a consequent manner, they will also increase. The banners will be opted, you will get better rates from the Google also, from all your partners, and all new government contracts will also come. We have been able to fetch few government contracts for our advertisements, which we will be executing perhaps this quarter or the next quarter, as the government decides. So our revenue in this segment, I anticipate personally that it is going to increase. Because if the things keep on improving the way they are, any third wave danger or any decrease in the vaccination, however, will have direct impact on the travel industry. So if the travel industry improves, everything related to the travel shall improve. That is our past experience has been.
Sure, ma'am. That was encouraging. Ma'am, and just wanted an update on the talks with Zomato and Swiggy on the e-catering front. And if you could share what has been the daily order run rate in Q1 and the first month of this quarter.
In fact, our experiences in the catering are improving because if we compare with the pre-COVID, we are very high. We are very near to that, We are very near to that. On few days, we have been able to catch that figure also. Although the number of our trains is, overall trains, running is less. On few days we could match the average figure of pre-COVID levels also. It is consistently increasing. Our number of station increasing. Number of vendors who are providing the services is also increasing. People are opting. Our talks with the Zomato and Swiggy are not very encouraging because one, they were all busy in their IPOs, etc. And they were charging pretty high for the few things. So we are in talk with the another brand to bring our own brand in the matter, who can supply the food, who can work as an aggregator, delivery aggregator, the way they are. So we are coming up with another brand and we are going to tie up. One such brand is also a B2C partner. We are in discussion with them, Railofy. They are coming up as a delivery aggregator, so we will bring our own brand as an aggregator for provide the e-catering food. That is what we are thinking. Otherwise, the things will become so costly for the customer, people may not opt for that.
Sure. Ma'am, did I understand that we might launch our own brand in e-catering?
We may launch in association with others. So we will support them, provide them area, hand-holding will be done. Zomato, Swiggy, yes, talks are not yet closed because they were busy in other things. And the total quantum, the kind of, I think I cannot explain because the way Swiggy serves and the Zomato serves is very different what the railway deliveries are. It is a static segment, it is a mobile segment. So kind of deliveries are very different and expectation of the customers are also very different. So we have to bring them to our level so that the delivery is ensured and the cases of the non-delivery are not there in their cases. If any delay is there, train is gone. So we have to ensure that if order is taken, it has to be delivered to. Logistics is very important in e-catering to be done on the railways. Unless until we are certain of that, we may not do any tie-up further. For where we are certain, we will do a tie-up. Otherwise, we will invite lot of complaints and dissatisfaction amongst the customers.
Sure, ma'am. This would really enhance our presence. And ma'am, my last question was, there has been a news flow as regards the strategic partner we had talked about on the private train front. It appears that it might be, more of a financial partner rather than a strategic partner. So if you could throw some light on that front. And the news report suggests that the bids received for the 12 cluster has been much lower than the earlier interest. What does that change for us? That was my last question.
Irctc was looking for a partner to participate in the private train tender since last 1 year. We had floated our expression of interest thrice, but some of our individual clusters we could not find a partner. So we thought let's go for a big thing and we should now finalize our strategic partner. So we came up with another expression of interest in the very transparent manner and we could pursue many fund houses and NIFL was one of them. They had filled the bid and they became our they become our partner and we have already signed non-binding MOU with them and the binding MOU is in process for which the legal consultant etc. on both ends are working. So we have also participated in the bid in 3 clusters and the results from the ministry are awaited. So we are yet to receive any LOA. This is the update.
Sure, ma'am. That was very helpful and all the very best.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Richard D'Souza from SBI Mutual Fund. Please go ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon, ma'am. Just one question from my this thing. When we look at the number of trains where the ticketing services were offered, there seems to be a substantial increase. Now, is this increase in number of trains because Indian Railways has launched new trains, or is it because some of the trains which are out of your ambit have come under your ambit? Just wanted to know the reason, ma'am.
Actually, we operate only the tourist trains. It is the Indian Railways who operate the trains, and we provide the reservation for that. And if I look at the figure, if I compare, I have some figure for the June, July and August. I can tell you the average number of trains per day. In the June, it was 2,521. In July, it was around 2,700. Now, in the month of August, it is 2,750. So you can see the gradual increase happening every month. And you said these are the new trains or it is the previous trains. The trains are being run in the name of a special train. Regular trains with the same numbers have not yet been restored. But same level of services with some difference has been started. Like still Railway is running Rajdhani, Shatabdi, Duronto, the premier trains, but with a different number. The only thing which may not be running will be the passenger trains in the local areas, where actually Irctc was not a beneficiary. The tickets were being booked through UTS, unreserved ticketing resources. So, yes, we are beneficiary because of the second class being introduced in these trains.
Okay.
This is an additional advantage to us.
Okay. So when you look at this number, 2750, which you said are running in August, for which you would have offered ticket booking. So pre-COVID, what would have been the number of trains running?
See, when I say 2750, I am talking to and fro. On few days back, I was hearing one discussion of Ministry of Railways. Around 1750 to 1800 pairs they run. So that's 3600 kind of a train or 3500 kind of a train they run. So you can say we must be lagging behind about, I think, 400 more trains that will come.
Okay.
400, 450 more trains will be coming in the future. Or the numbering may change, but with special trains, we are a little gainer.
Okay, okay. And of this, the premium segment would be how much?
30% is the premium segment. 30% is the premium segment.
Okay. In this, you include the ACs and the second AC, third AC.
Premium segment, it is not only the Rajdhani, Shatabdi, Duronto, it is the superfast trains also. So around 30% is the put together the premium trains. Rest is all normal mail express trains. And passenger trains, of course, is not counted in this 750 trains of the Indian Railways which they were running earlier. Passenger trains are counted in a different kind of a area because they are the running between intercities. They are intercity shuttles.
Okay. Thanks a lot, ma'am. I'll come back later. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Rahul Jain from Dolat Capital. Please go ahead.
Thank you for the opportunity. First question, catering side, we have given to accounts that there is some 18 crore charge which was not charged to revenue. Can you give some clarity on this?
Sorry to interrupt.
We are not able to hear you.
Hello, is it better now?
It is now better.
Yes, so in the note to account, we have given this 18.5 crore charge relating to unbundling model. Can you share more clarity on this? What is this relating to?
And there is no unbundling train.
Yeah. Actually, as per the catering policy of 2017, the trains are to be run on the model of unbundling where the production and service both have been segregated. Production has to be done from the kitchens being monitored closely by Irctc under the CCTV with the QR code, etc. And the supply is to be done by the different service providers. In all those trains, some revenue sharing has to be done with the railways, which was done in the pre-COVID period. During the COVID period and today, when this kind of because we are not serving any cooked food as of now, because the impact of a COVID is still being considered and the railway has not resumed the normal operation. So last year we did not pay any commission on the unbundling to railways, and this year also, till the time the services run on this model, we need not pay.
Okay. And any input we can share in terms of this privatization potential capex we may incur in FY22 and FY23 if things goes as per the current frame of mind?
See, it all depends if you win the bid or not. If you get LOA, so some capex has to be planned and some investment has to be done by our partner, for which we are in stage of signing one binding MOU with them. So till that time I win and I get an LOA, it may not be appropriate for me to decide and discuss because after that we may form a separate SPV and then SPV will decide how much investment will be done. So I cannot speak on behalf of SPV as of now.
Right. And if we could give the AC, non-AC mix and UPI share for this quarter?
I can tell you that in this quarter, in the April, May and June, the percentage share of the second class, 2S, has been around 39%, and average, that is average, and sleeper class again has been around 39%, third AC has been 14%, and AC chair car has been roughly 2%, and second AC has been around 3.3%.
Right. And the UPI share in all tickets?
UPI share is around 26%.
This has dropped. Is there any reason for this?
There is no drop. It is generally average is coming out as a 26%. There is no drop. UPIs are picking up. Maybe the people have preferred to opt for another model.
Right. And just last one from my side. Are we seeing any improvement in terms of license fees going up in the catering contracts since things are opening up? Volume on the passenger side are also increasing significantly.
Positivity brings positivity. So as the things are opening up, footfall at the station is increasing, occupancy of the train is picking up, so the more trains are also coming up. So our license fee gradually, there were very bad times for IRCTC. In the April, May, we could not find a contractor for many of our trains and we had to run departmentally. But gradually, when the footfall started improving, so we are finding good contractors and we are also earning good fees. Of course, this fees is not at par with the pre-COVID levels, but certainly we have improved as compared to the COVID levels, and especially April and May.
Okay. Thank you. That's it from my side.
Yeah.
Thank you. Participants, to ask a question, please press star and 1. The next question is from the line of Mitesh Shah from Motilal Oswal. Please go ahead.
Hi, ma'am. Just one couple of questions. One is in terms of there was some article recently which highlighted that the railway is planning to add one more tier 3 AC coaches to trains, and that will be over a period of next 2 years. So, is it possible for you to give us some more detail around it?
You might have heard reply of Honorable Railway Minister in the Parliament also. In one of the reply, where I was also privy, in front of one committee, because the discussion happened in that committee cannot be brought in public. I cannot discuss about that. But the reply of Honorable Minister is very clear that as of now, pantry car service is a service to customer, cannot be compared with the revenue. That is the reply he had given. So this indirectly, if we interpret, the likelihood of removing the pantry cars is not being seen. Although I am not the right person to comment upon that.
Okay.
In his reply, there is no likelihood appears.
Got it. Okay. And ma'am, as far as the number of trains are concerned, what are we operating at as compared to pre-COVID levels?
We are around, I think, 700 odd trains short.
On a base
trains short. Yeah.
of 2,000.
400 pairs you can say. We are short 400 pairs. We are short of. So once they are introduced, then we'll be able to match the pre-COVID levels also. Although our bookings are much higher than the pre-COVID levels.
Yeah, that's because of 2S. But ma'am, on a base of 2,200 trains, we are 400 short. Or on a base of 2,000.
I just now I answered this question that previously Ministry was operating around 1,750 pairs of trains. So you can say 3,500 trains. As in the month of August, we are operating around 2,750 trains. So this much is the difference, which will be filled subsequently once the situation improves further. And it is happening almost every day. We are getting new trains.
Got it. And ma'am, one final question. Last time you did highlight the that you've already applied for it. If that integration kind of goes through, and as a consumer we can use Irctc app for booking the tickets, will we make some money on the payment gateway side of it?
Yes, we do. iPay is our kind of a very important product that we have launched in this year. Rather, we have been working on this product last 3 years. If I share the revenue from my payment gateway and the volume that we are handling, around you can say that 61 lakh transactions happened in the first quarter of this year, and around 635 crore rupee transaction happened through using our iPay gateway. Our revenue last year has been to the tune of 14 crore, and this year it has not been. This has been around 4 crores or so. So netting off, if I do calculate the entire revenue, because in our payment gateway you earn through various methods. You have merchant PMC amount also, you have a net earning also, you get from the other banks also, bank shares is also there. So revenue sharing is also there. So we share certain revenue with our banks also, and the net revenue which is coming to Irctc comes out to be around 3.5 crores.
Got it. And ma'am, in the first quarter, got it. And ma'am, where are we on the integration part on the app?
It is there already in the app.
Okay,
Recently we have changed the place. You will find the difference now.
Okay.
It was not prominently placed earlier. Now you will find the difference from 16th of August. In all our website, our PG will be appropriately placed so that people are able to locate it faster.
Ma'am, what kind of traction should we get on numbers because of this integration? Because the market size is very, very large as far as the other segment is concerned. So just trying to understand if you can give us some sense on the size of the opportunity here.
See,
because you're not going to charge, right?
Then we have to think of beyond the internet ticketing, because this PG size is very, the payment gateway works in a two manner. One is the PG manner, other is the payment aggregator. For becoming a payment aggregator, we require certain approvals from the RBI for which we are applying, and the necessary changes in the memorandum of association will also be made. Or if the need comes, the SPV will be formed subsequently. If the need comes. So we are going beyond internet ticketing also in the iPay, and we are talking to many agencies like EPFO, etc. so that this particular gateway, who has now stabilized in the last 3 years, and we are tweaking our internal processes and making our reconciliation more strong so that we can take this payment gateway outside. There the more revenue will come. Here the revenue which is there, it is going to be, finally we are going to share someone else's share. The total inventory, the booking on the internet ticketing side is correlated to the total inventory available, which is going to be fixed or may increase substantially. If we really want to increase the revenue of iPay, we may have to go out, for which the efforts are on, and we are strengthening our internal processes, which we have done in this quarter. We will add in this quarter also. Maybe in the third quarter you will see that we are starting going out, and the necessary approvals from the RBI etc. are available with us, and the product is to be launched in the open market.
Got it. So ma'am, just to reconfirm, the UTS integration is already done and will be visible from 16th of August, right?
Yeah, we are trying our level best to bring it in all the forums. In fact, we have also applied to FOIS agencies also to bring iPay, because now earlier we did not have net banking, now we have net banking also.
Understood. Okay, ma'am.
So time has come, then we can now take it to UTS for all government payment gateways, maybe income tax we may think of. So we can, once our process, internal processes, because so far we were internally. Anything goes wrong, we could manage because we were the controller. But for going outside, you need to have a very strong system, which we have. We are only formalizing the SOP, the rates, etc., so that we can take out this product in the market.
Perfect. Thank you so much, ma'am, and I'll come back with you.
Thank you. Participants, to ask a question, you may press star and 1. The next question is from the line of Hasmukh Kosaria from SUB Life. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi. Thanks for giving me the opportunity. Most of my questions have been answered. I just want to clarify one thing. The number of tickets and the passengers travel number which you have provided. So I think 6.3 crore is the number of tickets, and number of passenger travels would be in Q1.
Yes, 6.37 crore is the number of tickets travelled in the first quarter.
And the
number of tickets booked in the first quarter. 8.1 crore is the number of passengers travelled for the tickets booked through our website.
Okay. So that turns out to be just 1.3 passenger per ticket. Versus earlier average of 1.6, 1.7 passenger.
Yes. But it is normally 1.7 to 1.8. On few days it has been 1.6. On few holidays it is not there.
Okay. And what would be the average, let's say, capacity or the capacity utilization number this quarter on the trains? Any approximate number around that?
Moment is occupancy.
Occupancy number, yeah.
Occupancy figures we don't have because we book, we don't check.
Oh, okay, fine. Okay.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Somit from Capital Mind. Please go ahead.
Hi, ma'am. So I just didn't get the part on e-catering. Would kindly request you to repeat what was the update on the e-catering business and the tie-up with Zomato, Swiggy you were talking about?
E-catering is a business that where the person can order online using our app or our website, and the food is provided on the site. We were intending to tie up with the Zomato and Swiggy. The talks were on. It got delayed because both agencies were busy and they were charging little higher for serving the food. And our food being served in the train is because service in the train and the service in the static unit or in the house is very different. So one has to be a very, very strong logistics. So though our deals with the Zomato and the Swiggy are not yet finalized, talks are still on. Meanwhile, we could succeed in one of our B2C partners who is also coming up with a delivery aggregator with our own brand. So where where IRCTC can also provide some hand-holding kind of a thing so that the hot food is served. We could achieve the pre-COVID levels on few days with the limited number of trains we had, and our average booking of e-catering food is around 17,000 meals a day as compared to 21,000 meals pre-COVID level. Although on few days we were able to achieve 21,000 meals a day also, the number of a station providing e-catering is gradually picking up, still less than pre-COVID levels. And the number of orders that we are receiving is although less than pre-COVID levels, but still picking up.
So at this moment, who's providing this service of delivery to you?
We have all the vendors. We have delivery aggregators. We have food aggregators. We have Domino's. We have Subway. We have Passos. We have Haldirams. We have all the food plazas are linked, and all the other brands of the local brands are also linked. So many brands are there. 252 stations we have opened this, and more than 1,000 vendors are already with us who have started the work.
Okay. And who is this new B2C partner with whom you are looking to tie up?
Yes. We have recently started with our B2C partner last 3 months. In the first quarter, results are very encouraging. And many of our partners like Make My Trip, Ixigo, Yatra, Railofy, and Confirm Tickets, they have started selling e-tickets, and we are giving some share of our revenue to them also. Some charges we are sharing with them. With that, the booking has increased, and booking that we get from them is around 2,500 meals a day. Normally, we are getting from the B2C partners also. And we are also thinking of revising our policy. Maybe subsequently we'll do.
I wanted to know who is this new B2C partner who is coming out with the delivery aggregation business.
We are in talks with many.
Okay.
In fact, let us see where we succeed.
Okay, fine. Thank you, that's all.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Suresh Tanvi from IDBI Capital. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Sorry to interrupt, but there is a lot of disturbance from your line.
Am I clear now, sir?
Yes.
Yeah, better.
Please go.
Yes. So my question is with regard to DFC. Have we seen any progress in DFC and any space being vacant with regards to passenger trains? Is the Ministry and IRCTC in discussion for any vacant space, and what is the timeline ahead for? Because earlier the deadline for DFC was June 2022. I mean, we are in less than a year's space of that. So just need an update on that.
Though it may not be very appropriate to me comment upon the working of a DFC, but I can certainly tell you from the news I read and in the railway parlors, it's a continuous improvement they are showing. Dedicated freight corridor is the freight traffic that is moving through dedicated freight corridor is increasing day after day. In fact, during the COVID period, etc., oxygen special, etc., many of them moved through that corridor. So the corridor is showing consistent improvement, but how I may not be able to share any figure with you on this. Because I don't have actually.
Ma'am, my question was with regards to, has any space opened up because of the shifting of goods train to DFC, and has that been converted into passenger trains?
The passenger trains have not started moving on the dedicated freight corridor. The private train tender is yet to be decided, and the new train, passenger trains, in case of an emergency, of course, when anything exigency happens in the railways, the alternative route, I don't know exactly, but maybe they may be using the dedicated freight route also, but provided that as a fitness for the passenger.
Ma'am, for old route,
the track for the passenger and for the goods is very different.
Right, ma'am. For the old route, I mean not the DFC, but for the old route, has any space been created for the high speed or semi-high speed trains? And is the IRCTC part of that?
I'm not aware of. I'm sorry, I'm not aware of. Not yet, I don't know.
Not yet. Okay, ma'am. Thank you very much. That's it from my side.
Thank you.
The question
is the line of Vikrant Kashyap from Irctc Institution. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon to the team, and congrats on a very good set of numbers. Ma'am, my first question is regarding to the tourism package that we offer. So could you give some updates where we stand and how the traction since we are half of the second quarter?
Tourism, we do domestic tourism also, and we do inbound also, and we are doing outbound also. We are into all sectors of tourism. We have a product ranging from rupees 800 to $850 a day. So I can, if you ask me what kind of a tourism we are doing now, we are doing majority of our, since our regular trains are not running, so rail-based tourism, we are doing only the mass tourism. In fact, in this, once the trains opened up after June, I am very happy to announce to this house that my first Bharat Darshan has come back successfully, which we operated from the South Zone, and 2 are running. So we have already started our mass tourism after the second wave. And we would be operating around 22 trains so far up to this, I am telling you, up to December we had announced, and we would be adding more trains now if the situation remains the same, and will carry the people. So the tourism will pick up. And last year, if you ask me, the total number of a Bharat Darshan train and the Pilgrim Special was 25. So that was in the entire year. So if the things go right, up to December we would have operated these many trains. In addition to this, in the deluxe segment, we have already announced one train called Char Dham Yatra, which is already full, which is our Buddhist rake, which we are using in a layover period and taking it to all the traditional four Char Dham. That is Badrinath, Dwarka, Puri and Rameshwaram. And that has been a big hit. Since it was a big hit, we had to launch another itinerary. Ramayana is already hit. We have launched that also in the deluxe segment. So that is very encouraging, and we are getting many bookings. 2-3 circuits of mine are already booked. Then to promote the North Frontier, the NF region, Seven Sisters, we have also launched another good package which is also getting good attention from our tourists. So, and air packages, yes, our Ladakh package has been a great hit. Our Kerala package, in spite of the pandemic and the situation over there, people booked many. In fact, we had to launch a series of the Ladakh package, and Kashmir also we had launched. So tourism is gradually taking off, land tour is picking up, deluxe train is picking up, and our mass tourism in the name of a Bharat Darshan and Pilgrim Station has also started picking up. So our air bookings have gone up. The circuits, although not very encouraging, we are also going to do some promotions in the air ticketing business, because many of the visa restrictions are still there, so we are keeping our fingers crossed for the inbound tourism this year. And outbound also, till the restriction opens, we can't send the people out. So let's focus on the domestic tourism. That is what the company has decided. And we are all way out to promote our things that you might be seeing through our social media handles also and other places.
Yes. Now can you give us the run rate of air ticket booking?
It was around, I think, 2,700 segments a day till yesterday when I inquired.
Okay. And since our catering business in 100% e-catering, and we are reaching to the pre-COVID level, so how should we look at the margin profiles over here?
Are you talking me about specifically about the e-catering?
Yes, e-catering margin profile.
E-catering, our margins have gone up from 12% to 15%. Recently, we have increased the rates.
It's increased about all new as well as old B2C partners.
I'm not able to hear you fully. Can you please be a bit louder?
So the increase is across the board with the new as well as old partners?
Yes.
Okay.
When we do, we have to ensure level playing. We cannot segregate.
Okay. And ma'am, can you give us the update on our CapEx program for the year and then next year?
CapEx, last time also, the leftover work of the previous year will be completed, because some few things in the April-May could not be completed. Around, I think, last year we had announced that 100 crores will be spent, so we'll continue with that. And we will, if we win this tender for the private trains, then the capex is going to be much more.
Okay.
May not be this year, maybe next year we will have that.
Okay.
Thank you very much, and wish you best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you. As this was the last question for today, I now hand the conference over to the management for closing comments.
Well, it has been a very thought-provoking session, I must say. Industry is well read, and all our investors are well read, and they were quite inquisitive to know the developments happening in the company. And it has always been a pleasure interacting with the investors. At times, it really has helped us in taking few decisions, what the market is actually looking for. So to know the market trends, I think interaction with the investor is a continuous process, and really strengthens the bond between the investor and the company. So I wish you all the best for the coming Raksha Bandhan, the festival, and of course a very happy Independence Day to all of you. Hopefully this third wave doesn't imbibe us, and tourism and the hospitality industry is able to sail off. If we sail off well, investors will certainly. Wishing you all the best once again. Thank you very much.
Thank you. On behalf of Prabhudas Leeladhar Private Limited, that concludes this conference. Thank you for joining us, and you may now disconnect your lines.